Now let's go back and take a more in-depth look at the facilitator's role. The facilitator must prepare by becoming familiar with the scenario and the training objective. You must also set up the table and props. The facilitator is responsible for running the scenario with a specific training objective in mind. The facilitator should introduce the table rules.
Good afternoon, guys. I'm Julian, as you guys know. I'll be facilitating the sand table this afternoon. Should we go ahead and get started? I'm going to start off with some of the table rules. We're going to go ahead and use these radios as props. You can go ahead and take one, pass it on, make sure everybody has a radio. So when we're in the simulation, any communication that you guys have with each other, if you're not face-to-face, make sure that you're communicating on the radio like you would on an incident. If you're face-to-face, like if you're on the line together or you happen to be in a staging area or something like that, go ahead and communicate together just like you normally would. I am the facilitator, so I'm going to go ahead and move the pieces. Nobody put their hands in there and move the pieces for me. Know that if I move a piece and you see that, that's something that you're seeing on the sand table that you want to take a cue from. So if I move the wind as an example, this is a good indicator of what the conditions on the ground are. If you see me move a resource, that's where they are at that time. So don't wait for me to brief you on something's changed. You're seeing it change. So take those cues, and as you guys make decisions, I'll move the pieces on the table for you.
Be sure to describe the table setup and piece representations.
The table setup, I know you guys have done these before, but I'm going to give you scale first. I've got the long side of the table here. It is 2 miles long, okay? About 1 mile long on the short end here. I've got indicators of north, south, east, and west, so the top of the table is north. I've got different colors of yarn to represent different things laid out on the table as well. I've used black yarn here to represent a good paved 2-lane highway. I've got brown yarn here that represents a dozer line. And I've got toys here to represent different pieces of equipment, so they represent what they are in real life. I've got an engine here, represents a BLM Type 4 engine. Crew hauls for Type 1 crew hauls.
Always paint a picture. That is, tell the story for your role players.
I'm going to go ahead and start painting a picture for you guys. All right, so you're in northern New Mexico. You are a division supervisor assigned to Division Bravo on the Zia fire. And I do have some things written up here, so you guys have that for your reference. It's June 17th. The weather that you see right there is predicted for the day. 92 degrees is the high. South winds 5 to 10 in the morning, and then switching to the southwest. This is an emerging Type 2 incident, but the Type 2 team has not taken over yet. So you're still working for an IC3 organization. Their intent is for you to take over Division Bravo and continue a burnout and basically tie up this corner of the fire that's still active. Resources assigned to you. You have a Type 4 engine. It's a BLM engine. And their designator is Engine 2.
Allow time for questions.
Does have any other questions?
Do we know if there's an existing Division Bravo?
You don't know that yet.
0700 fire behaviors. What's fire behavior doing?
It's just backing into the wind and backing down slow.
Okay.
Previous days, fire behavior?
It was they had a big fire event. They had winds come up and the fire went about 1,000 acres in an operational period.
Okay.
Always assign roles last and leave the hot seat at a decision point.
You arrive on the line and you need to get as much information as you can and brief your resources.
Understand.
Looks good.
Crew 2. You're up on the line doing this burnout. Dozer 1,
Other one.
you're up on the hill.
Copy.
Engine 2, you're the BLM engine down here
Okay.
with Division.
All right.
Division Bravo.
All right,
Have fun with that.
Welcome to the show.
I'm ready.
So you show up on the line, and you see crew carriers with the hotshot crew gathering up on the back. The BLM engine sitting here at the bottom of the hand line, and you can see the burnout coming down the hill.
Game on.
Crew 2, Division Bravo.
Division Bravo, Crew 2, go ahead.
Hey, good morning. I'm going to be your division out here today. Just trying to find out, I've got another shop crew here with me. I've also got an engine. What kind of needs do you have up there?
Yeah, we've been burning all night. I would say that they should, bring some torches and fuel mostly. That's about what we're going to need to tie off this section of line here.
Here are some specific techniques that facilitators can utilize. A time tag can be used to compress time, to show results of decisions made by role players, or to create new decision points in the scenario.
Okay, time tag. The BLM engine did go ahead and scout this area, scouted the houses, and saw that they're old. They're just old shacks, nobody lives in them. But they went ahead and moved the engine back in here, and they're basically sitting there doing structure protection. Okay?
Sure.
The hotshot crew is moving up the hill. It's now 1000 hours, and the wind is picking up, and it's also kind of switching southwest. Still mostly south, but switching southwest. You still do not have the Forest Service engine.
Okay. Are we still waiting on fuel for the dozer, or have we?
Did you order fuel for the dozer?
I haven't ordered it
Okay,
yet. No.
game on.
Okay. ZF Fire Command, Division Bravo.
Sometimes a pre-planned input is best delivered to a role player using a handwritten note. A tactical timeout can be used to clarify an issue, answer questions, or switch role players.
Okay, tactical timeout. I'm going to do a couple things here. Go ahead and update the scenario. Hotshot crew, type 1 crew, crew 1. We went ahead and sent a dozer boss up to this dozer. Fire's continuing to progress down slope. Still no communication with the Forest Service engine. The BLM engine went ahead and moved back and is pumping the hose lay to support the hotshot crews burning out down the line here. Division Bravo, why don't you switch with Travis now? Yeah, you. So it's noon. Your southwest winds are solid southwest winds now, and they are 20 miles an hour.
As the facilitator, you need to stay on top of moving the pieces on the table.
Understand. Could you go ahead and head down the highway to the east, and you'll see where we're gaggled up down here. There's a BLM Type 4 parked, and you can tie in with me there.
That's affirmative. We'll head that way.
Thanks, Engine 2, Division Bravo.
Division Bravo, Engine 2, go ahead.
Hey, can we get some hose packs starting to hump up the hill towards Crew 1?
Often a Murphy's Law input is used to provide additional decision-making opportunities. These unexpected events should be realistic, and facilitators should have several of them in mind or pre-scripted in order to raise the tempo of the game if necessary. The final piece of the learning process is the after-action review.